Please excuse me because I'm just going to be staring at myself the entire time. So, everyone sit down around the table. All right. Hi. My name is David Zuniga. I am a orientation leader, and I'm going to be leading a small group. Just a little bit about myself. I am a second-year communications student, as well as my second year here on the team, on the orientation team. My hometown is Beaverton, Oregon. What else? The reason I chose PSU was because it was cheap. No, I chose PSU because it's so interwoven with the city, and so it creates a good amount of opportunities for you to go out and connect with people outside of the university. So that's really cool. Fun fact about myself: I was born in Canada. Not many people know that. I had heart surgery when I was a little kid. I have a big scar on my back. Yeah, it's just a little unnecessary information about me. So yeah, we're going to be going through a couple of activities. We're going to be having some discussions, and then at the very end, we're gonna do a Q&A session where you can ask me any questions that you have regarding anything about the university or really anything in general. So yeah, and so the first activity that I have planned is this activity called A Rose and a Thorn. So we can do this out loud, or we can also do it on paper. Is everyone comfortable with doing it out loud? No? Okay. We can also do it on paper. So here you go, and I pass out paper. And so I want you to rip that in half, and then on one half, write something that you are excited about coming to PSU, and then on the other one, write something that you're nervous about. And then when you're done, crumple it up and then throw it in the middle. And so I give them a couple minutes to do that. And then, okay, is everyone done? Sweet. Okay. So this one says, I'm really excited to meet new people. Yeah, absolutely. So there's so many people that you're able to meet here at PSU. In your classes, if you're living on campus in the dorms, eating your lunch in Smith, if you're enjoying the sun out in the park blocks, there's so many opportunities for you to go out and just meet new people, which is one of the really cool things about such a big university. Yeah, totally. Let's move on. So here's another one. This one says, this is kind of the other side of the coin. This one says, I'm actually really nervous about meeting people. I'm afraid of making friends, or I'm afraid I'm not going to make friends, which is a totally valid, I felt that a little bit too when I was going to come to PSU. I came with my 4 friends from high school, and I thought we were just going to be together all the time, but I ended up getting involved on campus and connecting with so many people, which is one piece of advice that I definitely want to give you, is that if you feel that you don't really connect with people, don't feel connected to the campus, then one really good way is to get involved, get a job on campus, or if you get involved in one of the clubs. I mean, PSU has 200 plus clubs, so there's definitely something for you, and if there isn't, then that's a really good opportunity for you to take the initiative and make a club of whatever that is that you're excited about. So there's definitely opportunities for you to get involved, even if you're not the most outgoing person. And so yeah, that's one thing that I really encourage you, because if you get involved on campus, whether that be in a club or at a job, then that makes this experience just so much more richer. So, yeah. Sweet. Okay. Now that we went through a few of those, we can move on. And so the next activity I have planned is called Animals. Well, that's not really the name. I just made that up. So we're going to go around a circle, and we're going to say our favorite domesticated animal and then our favorite wild animal. And so I can start. My favorite domesticated animal would probably have to be dogs. I'm a really big dog person. I think they're some of the most beautiful things in the world. I used to have a dog. She just recently passed. Rip. She was like a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. So she was like this big, yappy as heck, never shut up. A lot like her owner in that way. But um, yeah, I loved her. I'm a really huge dog person. I really love dogs. So then they're definitely my favorite like domesticated animal. In terms of wild animals, I'm gonna have to say probably should have thought this before, huh? I'm gonna say I really love lions. I think lions are super cool, like with their big fur, and then like I think I saw somewhere one time that um, parents play when they're playing with their cubs, like play fighting. They pretend to like yell out in pain, just to like give their kids that confidence that they're hurting whoever they're fighting when they're play fighting, and so I thought that was super cute. Like I aspire to be that good of a parent one day. Um, I also I also saw this crazy article with like this. There's a lioness and like lionesses don't grow manes, but one day she got into a fight. She roared and then she all of a sudden like started to grow a mane, and so she's like a female lion that has a mane. So it was like yes, like heck yeah, it was super cool. So lions are definitely my favorite wild animal. So yeah, we're gonna go around in a circle. And we're gonna say our favorite domesticated animal and our favorite wild animal. So Nancy Drew. Oh, okay. Cat and a penguin. Sweet. Oh, okay. Jonathan Parker. Sweet. Oh, okay. Parrots and then monkeys. Sweet. Okay. And so we go around the circle. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I had you do the activity is because I don't know if this is 100% true. And even if it isn't, it's still fun to do this. So a buddy of mine told me that that's some sort of like psychological experiment where the domesticated animal is how you consciously view yourself, and then the wild animal is how your subconscious views yourself. So I consciously think of myself as a dog, but my inner David, inner David believes he's a lion. So don't know how true that is, but it's cool to think about anyway. So, yeah, it's just something cool to think about. If you're like, Nancy Drew, you're a penguin. Jonathan Parker, you're a monkey. Yeah, that's cool. Um, but yeah, so now the next thing that we're going to do is this little guy. So if you could take this out of your bags, please. Sweet. And once you take it out, the first thing that I want you to do is to open up the first page. And the second and third number, it says CPSO emergency and non-emergency number. So that's the campus safety office here. And so one really big concern that we have here at the university is safety. We are an urban campus. We're in the middle of a city. So we definitely want people to feel safe. And so we take various measures to let people like feel as safe as they can. And so I just lost crap. And so that's one thing that we really emphasize. And so I want you to take out your phones and take a few minutes to just put these numbers in your phone. So if there's like an emergency, definitely call 911 first, please. And then call CPSO emergency number and they'll like head over immediately. They're right here on campus, so they can be anywhere pretty quickly on campus. So that's definitely an option. And then for non-emergencies. So, for example, CPSO offers a really cool service where if you feel unsafe walking back to your dorm or to your car at night, you're a little bit afraid, then you can hit up the non-emergency number, and then you can like have a officer like escort you back to your dorm or your car, whatever it is. It's a really cool service for people who don't exactly feel safe in the city at night, and so that just brings a little bit of extra peace of mind. So, is everyone done putting those in? Sweet. Okay. So the next thing we're going to go over is, so if you turn the page, you see a beautiful portrait of our president. He's actually heading out soon. We're going to be hiring a new president very soon. For a long time, I told people that this guy's name was Wim Weasel because I don't know why. Something in my mind was like, his name's Wim Weasel. That makes sense. But it's not his name at all. His name is Wim Vel. So don't be like me and don't make mistakes. So yeah, on the next page, on the page over, there's some cool dates as Viking Days, which is like the big party that we have here before, the big celebration that we have here before class starts, the week before class starts. It also has important dates like when classes begin, when classes end, when like payment plan due dates are, as well as some holidays, some really good resources. There's like various statistics about PSU. There's a campus map on the next page. On the next couple of pages, there's like some Viking vocabulary. So if you're, for example, if you're like me, like a first generation college student, you have no idea what anything means. Like people just spew like vocab words and you're like, what does that mean? And so this is a really cool place because if you go here and you're like, what's co-admission? And then you can read here what co-admission is. And so if you like have any questions you don't necessarily want to ask someone about like specific terms, then this is a really good place to go. And one of the things that I want to point out on here is where is it? On the third page, yeah. So on the third page, there's Frank and FYE, first year experience, and so there's basically two ways to do general education here at PSU. There's university studies and there's honors. So the difference between those is that like honors has different like courses that you take, and like you do like community involvement, you do you do like a thesis at the end of your, like when you're going to graduate, you work with different professors and different like faculty and with like university honors professional staff, and so there's a little bit like, and there's certain qualifications that you have to do in order to get to that program. If you have any questions about that, I can definitely connect you to someone about that. But then the other track, university studies, one that I've been involved in, is basically the university's replacement for general education. So instead of taking 2 math, 1 science, 4 English, then you do university studies. So what that means is that you do a certain theme, and then you do, there's like general education work tied into that. So for example, my freshman year, I took a globalization class, but then we did a lot of working on like presentation skills, writing skills, like research skills. And that was really cool because like we're studying this thing that I was interested in, like international affairs, globalization, how the world came to be globalized, but we were also working on those like basic technical skills, which I thought was really cool about university studies, because you're not just doing, you're not taking 3 science and 2 math, not necessarily subjects that I'm interested in, but here, and there's like so many different themes, you can choose which theme that you like and then still work on those skills as you go through the general education program. So that's one really cool thing about university studies, and that's something that you need to know because it's something that you have to take. So yeah, there's also like one other, like there's a couple more things I do want you to know, like D2L, Desire to Learn. So D2L is like it's one of the two. It's one of the couple of online portals that PSU students use. So if you have a class, then it's registered on there, and then you can have access to like documents, like assignments. Professors put up assignments on there. They put up their syllabus up there. They put up, if you have like discussion boards, you have that in there. You can submit assignments there. You can take quizzes there. There's like so many different things that you can do on D2L. And so that's one really good place to get familiarized with, because that's something that a lot of PSU faculty uses. So that's one thing definitely to consider. And yeah, so another like online portal that a lot of students use is Banweb. So Banweb is kind of the online portal where you do a lot of like the technical stuff or the more logistic stuff with university. So you can like pay bills there, you can sign up for classes there, so that you're actually going to be, when you sign up for classes later during academic advising, that's when you're like, that's the site that you're going to be using in order to sign up for those classes. You'll be using those every single term. You pay bills there, you view holds that you have there, you can order transcripts there, unofficial and official ones. You can view holds on your account that you have on there. You can look at final grades on there. So there's like a lot of logistical stuff that you can do on Banweb. So that's another site that you really want to get to know, because you're going to be using it a lot in terms of like logistic stuff on campus. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot more I can say, but I now want to like move on and move into the questions. So I know I just spewed like a bunch of information at you. So if you want to like, this is a time for you to ask any questions you have. So, and also as like a asterisk to that, part of the reason that we do a separate program for your parents or your legal guardians is that we want to create a space for you to ask questions that you feel comfortable asking. Like, we want you to create a space where you feel comfortable enough where you can ask questions that you don't necessarily want to ask in front of your parents. So that's just know that when we go into these questions, like I can answer any sort of question you have about living, not necessarily on campus because I never, but coming here to the university, what it's like here at PSU, financial decisions, real estate options, timeshares, how to get around tax laws. I can really answer anything. So yeah, if you have any questions, shoot. And if you don't feel comfortable enough, asking that out loud, you can also write it down on a piece of paper. I can read it to you. I can write something back. I can read it out loud. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So, do you have any questions? Where are the parties? Well, Tommy. So PSU is a really big community campus. There's not there's only a couple of buildings. There's not like a huge population of students that go to PSU that actually live on campus. So, there's just not a lot of parties going on. Most people who are 21 go out to bars. They have their own events. Even if you're not 21, Portland's a really cool place because it's just like festivals, concerts, markets, like different stores, restaurants. Like, there's so many different like other stuff to do in the city that you don't necessarily have to be 21 to do. So yeah, in reality, PC is not that huge of a party school. So yeah. So as well, yeah, most students aren't doing anything on campus. Yeah. Can we smoke weed in our dorm? No. You can't. There's actually like a no smoking policy here on campus. There are like various spots where you can technically be off campus and smoke. But you do have to be 21 because that's the law here in Oregon. But yeah, if you don't have any more questions, I believe next is going to be whatever activity's next. Foundations 1. So yeah, that's going to be up on the third floor, and then you direct them to like wherever they need to go. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Tips: if you have a group that's unresponsive, just not letting you be like phased by that. Just like still being enthusiastic, still going through like your plan for what you wanted to do for that small group, still sticking to schedule. That's one really big thing, is like keeping track of time. Make sure that you have a good idea or a good sense of like what's going on and when, like when you need to get them to their next event, because you definitely don't want them to be late for the next thing. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Good luck.